It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music and entertainment breakdowns and commentary. Today, we're going to be getting into Miss Monica, Ray J, and unfortunately, Brandy's thrown into the conversation because of Ray J. Apparently, Ray J's been going public for a while, and behind the scenes, he's been trying to, I guess, corral the gang together between Monica and Brandy to do a tour. He feels like he's the liaison, I guess, to put this thing together. However, he's never actually spoken to Monica directly to try to put a deal on the table. He hasn't said anything to her. They've never had any sort of communication. However, over the course of the past few days, he's been badgering her on Instagram about trying to make this thing happen. Not only that, but he also went on the Breakfast Club and made it public that he's allegedly trying to get this tour to happen. Now, personally, I think it would be a good idea. Monica and Brandy, they go back all the way to the 90s. They're from the same era. They have The Boy Is Mine, which is an iconic song. We have Ariana Grande, who just did her reworking and her version of that song, which was nothing like it and really could have been kept in the drafts. But that's for another day. So it just lets you know how popular their song is, that song. Just lets you know how iconic both of these two beautiful black women are from the 90s, who came out, put their stamp down as teenagers and are still here, have the staying power to still be in the conversation in 2024. They've done all of their work. They deserve to receive all of their things. But what they don't deserve is to have this moment in the press with Ray J basically trying to put his bid in to be a fucking versus promoter on some Don King shit. When nobody asked him to do none of that. And we all know Brandy, she's quiet. She stay in the background. She for damn sure didn't ask him to do that shit because she just be relaxing. She come out and do her shit when she want to perform. Then she goes home and closes the vocal Bible when she's ready. And she only comes out when summoned. You feel me? But let's get into it. The first thing we're going to play is Ray J's footage, or audio, I should say, from the Breakfast Club interview where this thing began to take hold. So let's go ahead and pull that up so y'all can hear what he had to say. Then we're going to get into Miss Monica, who came out and decided to clear the air and say, hey, you're going to have to chill. You're going to have to pipe down. You're going to have to put a deal on the table, a proposal of some sort, because there is nothing for me to sign. There is no actual conversation happening. And if you would like to have that, please, let's do it privately. Anyway, let's get to what Ray J was talking about.
Dollar, both of them, I think they can bring in
Who opens up that show, though?
Huh?
Who opens that show?
I mean, of course, Monica would have to open it, right?
Yeah. Have to open it?
See?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, because they would be
maybe
co-headlining.
Dollar.
That's just one piece. I'm going to pull up the rest. Hold on.
Dollar, both of them, I think they can bring in
Who opens up that show, though?
Huh?
Who opens that show?
I mean, of course, Monica would have to open it, right?
Yeah. Have to open it?
See?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, because they would be
maybe you could do
co-headlining.
something different. Maybe you could do like a
Song to song.
Somebody
then that's like
has
verses
to come
again.
out first.
Yeah, but that's not a yeah.
RSVP.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was...
No.
No.
No chance.
Yeah, no. Look, Brandy ain't having that either. She
Yeah,
but the Brandy Monica tour, or the Monica Brandy tour, whichever one. My title is Brandy Monica tour.
Yeah.
But I think that.
Yeah, well, she would have to open. You know
Right.
what I mean?
And
because
tell
it's
them why.
co-headlining.
But tell them why.
And they can't do song for song because that'll be a replica of the verses again. But no.
Or it'll break up their
Yeah,
set.
yeah.
Dollar,
All right.
both of them.
So that's a piece of Ray J's explanation. And of course, when you're having that conversation, you got to be delicate about how you propose it, because we've seen things that have gone public before the actual ink was dry and it ended up working out for the better. But again, you have to be very delicate with this. You know what I'm saying? You can't just put all the goddamn laundry in there, wash it and dry it together and think shit ain't gonna bleed over. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta put your colors over here. You gotta do a little bit of due diligence. Get your lights and whites and come on, man. Make sure you got some fabric softener so your shit don't be scratching you while you're pulling it over your head. You know what I mean? You got to do things in order, as Mama D would like to say. In that order. Right? So clearly, I think Monica was offended on a couple of different accounts from this interview, right? Number one, you're going out here talking about there's $100 million to be made. You think that Monica and Brandy could bring in $100 million a piece, saying that they could potentially make 200 M's, which, good God, show me a tour bringing in 200 M's that doesn't have Beyonce or Taylor Swift or some shit next to it. That's one thing. In addition to that, you're doing this rallying, and then you're talking about, oh, well, of course Monica would have to open. What we talking about who opening, you already know artists are very sensitive about that opening act shit. We saw this play out with SWV and Escape. That shit became a whole series on TV where they went back and forth for an entire season or two talking about who the hell was going to open on the tour. You put ladies in that position, you ain't going to have no toy fucking around town like that. Right? Because even on Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2 tour, Monica's technically not opening. She's a special guest. She's like an intermission midway through the show. Barbs, leave me alone. Anyway, she comes out. She does maybe 15, 20 minutes of her hits. She goes back, collects her check, on to the next. You know what I mean? But you put her on as a headline, like Monica, Brandy, Monica. Matter of fact, don't even put, you know what I mean? You're going to have to put they fucking logos side by side or some shit and just call it the Boy Is Mine tour. Because if you try to call it the Monica Brandy tour or the Brandy Monica tour, both parties going to feel some type of way. They too big. But I think they should do it nonetheless. So let's get into the things that Miss Monica had to say, because she not having it, just to show you Monica not having that. Okay. So the first response, because she put out a couple. The first response was, I've been repeatedly contacted about interviews, etc., where my name and tour possibilities are being discussed. I've not received any contracts or calls about said tour. Ray J, I'm kindly asking you to stop speaking on me in public. A private conversation would be both necessary and respectful. Brandy is a legend, all caps, so she's not taking anything away from her counterpart, as she shouldn't. She's one of one with an extensive catalog that I deeply respect and a voice sent from heaven, no Keisha Cole. The conversation being had without she and I is beginning to muddy the water severely. She and I are both consummate professionals that share a massive recording as well as an entire era. Be clear, we ain't talking about just a couple records. We ain't talking about a few albums. We talking about an entire era, my nigga, and an era that you didn't even contribute to. You came later. You got added to the addendum. Please step out the program. She says, please allow this to remain positive and beautiful. Neither should open. See, that shit gets sensitive. You start talking about who opening for who grabbing popcorn, who bringing bags in. Ain't nobody finna do that unless their name is Ray J. We should give someone else that opportunity and co-headline a massive shared stage if this is to ever happen. Any further convo should be private. So she said neither one of us gonna open up. As a matter of fact, we're gonna share the stage and we're gonna give somebody else an opportunity to have that opening role, whoever that might be. We will field the offers. We will see who's on the table. But please let that happen between the legends and not the peasants. Just being honest. So that was her first response. Let's get into the next response, because she just came back and let it be known even further. She says, I get it. I will forever be the bad guy in this situation, and no one will ever pay attention or read or listen to understand. I have no issues with anyone, but it's not real unless there's a deal. There is no 100 mil. She came through with the rhymes galore on your ass. It's not real unless it's a deal, because it ain't no 100 mil, goddamn. No contract. Media outlets calling for comments about an imaginary tour, and this unfairly spikes the excitement of our supporters and the insinuation that the holdup of said imaginary deal taking place is me. The Breakfast Club interview is the first I've acknowledged of the antics. We both deserve the respect of real business being done. Now again, the antics she's speaking of, this dude has also been on her Insta lives talking about let's get to these 100 M's. She on there talking to her fans. She on the Pink Friday tour having a good time. She trying to do get readies with me's and shit. You know how it go. And and mother effing Ray J is in the comments like, let's get this deal done, baby. Let's go. Come on, Monica. Let's do this 100 M's. You and Brandy could bring in 100 M's apiece. Let's do it. She trying to ignore this nigga and keep talking to the fans and shit. She like, man, this nigga is a trip. What the fuck going on? Am I being punked? Ray J, you got to cut the shit, my brother. It is time to cut the shit. Same way you cut your fade. All right, your shit looking along. Y'all see it in the damn thumbnail. But anyway, Ray J, you on your way to an Akon fade, my brother. Please focus on yourself. And you're going through a divorce, ain't you? But yeah, that's the update. Brandy has not said a word to my knowledge. She has not spoken out. She's kept very mum on the situation. I think her and Monica definitely need to have a conversation on the phone via Zoom, pull-up game, whatever it got to be, just so that they can clear the air and make sure that everything remains respectful, tactful, and in order. Ray J definitely needs to go ahead and bow this one out. You said your piece. You've showed your indication of interest and that you would love to see it. I think there's a lot of people out there that would love to see it. You've done your service. Please fade to black. Okay? That's all I got to say on that. Now, for all my insiders out there, if there was a The Boy Is Mine tour featuring Brandy, Monica, and some opener, would you be open to buying tickets? Would you be front and center? You know what I mean? Would you make it a girls' night? Would it be a romantic evening with you and your significant other? How would y'all handle this? Is this going to be, you know what I mean, something that you get all dressed up for? You know what I mean? Get real spiffy? Let me know. I think it would be dope. I think it would be a great move just for R&B, period. We want to see our legends. We want to see them in the proper light. We want to see them get their flowers and their things that they deserve to receive. And I think they would make excellent money. I don't know about no 100 M's a piece, but I think they would stand to come out with some handsome checks. And I would love to see it. I think it's long overdue. I think that if you put this tour together, it's way more money than they're going to make separately trying to do their own spot dates, because they really don't go on consistent tours. Monica hasn't really consistently put out albums in the, as of recent. I think she's gearing up for one. She put out a single and some stuff, Brandy put out an album during the pandemic. I think it was 2021, 22? I can't remember. It might have been 21. So she put that album out. Her fans liked it. It was all right. It wasn't great to me. Definitely wanted to hear more of Brandy kind of flexing her vocals, going a little bit outside of that whispery cadence that she's grown so accustomed to as of late. But it was still a solid album. The production was very, very soulful, kind of experimental at the same time. A little bit of a branch away from the tree that you expect from Brandy. It was more neo soul than R&B, traditional. But she's got a lot of accolades. She was on that show Queens where she played that rapper. She killed that fucking role. I hated that the show went off air. I thought it was pretty entertaining. It wasn't the best display of TV, you know what I mean? But it was very entertaining. It was a good show. I liked seeing Brandy. I liked seeing Eve. I liked seeing all of the ladies that were on the show. You know what I mean? I thought that was dope. Wasn't homegirl from Empire, Notori, on there as well? I thought it was dope. Hate that it went away. But outside of that, let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is good damn. If this is your first time seeing me on the channel, go ahead and Subscribe, become an insider, hit the post notification bell for all updates so that you don't miss anything. You're going to want to stay tuned. You know, we doing about 2-3 videos per day full of content, full of commentary for the people. So, yeah, man, I'm out here doing it for y'all. Just do it for me. Do it for Lil Saint. Hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? Like and share it, and then we can move on with your life. Okay? That's all I've got for y'all on this one. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be safe out there. Much love and respect. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.